I have entitled this program, How to Motivate People with Heart in a Heartless Economy. I need to let you know that if you ever think that somewhere in the future you're going to get this down right in your people transportation operation, I do need to remind you that you are working with just a dash. Knowing that, I would like you to take a look with me at some data about a heartless economy. The heartless economy is this: employees around the world have been strapped to the wheel of continuous improvement. With eyes glazed, they have repeated the mantra, faster, better, cheaper, out of a book entitled Leading the Revolution. Is this not true? In an article in Wall Street Journal recently, something is just wrong when stock prices keep rising on Wall Street, while Main Street is littered with the bodies of workers discarded by big business. You want to know the dollar figure? The dollar figure is this: nearly 1/4 of all the U.S. workforce, now earns less in real dollars than the 1968 minimum wage. You know what that means? It means today almost 3 million people nationwide have been out of work for 15 weeks. That is up more than 50% from a year ago, and that is from the Department of Labor. I want to tell you what this is about. It's about what you're looking at on the screen. Adelphia, MCI, Tyco, Enron. You and I have looked over the past 5 or 6 years at the hulks of the American workplace that have now been washed up on the shores of wannabes. They had their moment in the sun, but you know what happened? Someone denigrated the trust between the employee and management. I have a book that I'd like to recommend to you. Go to your local bookstore. You will find it anywhere. It is entitled The Smartest Guys in the Room. It has been written by 2 investigative reporters for Wall Street Journal, and they have looked into the demise of Enron. I need to let you know that the people who ran Enron, someone by the name of Jeffrey Skilling, is probably a person who has an IQ of 150, maybe 160. An amazing man. An encyclopedic memory. A guy who could walk up to you, met you 2 years ago, and call you by name. A very smart person. But on a regular basis, Jeffrey Skilling would say the following. Jeffrey Skilling would say, I'm not particularly interested in the balance sheet. It seemed to be doing well. We always had money. Jeffrey Skilling was someone who would get together with all of the major department heads at Enron, and he would say this to them every quarter. I have promised Wall Street that we will grow Enron by 15% every quarter. You know what that means? That means I don't care what you have to do. I want you to go back and make these books look good. Do we understand each other? And you know what? Everybody tromped back into his or her workplace, and they started working on the books. They cooked the books. They amended the books. I don't know if anybody remembers Arthur Andersen, a company that is no longer by the same name because of Enron. And I'll give this to you verbatim. One of the senior people for Arthur Andersen said, quote, they were such a large client, we simply could not give them the bad news. End of quote. Well, where has that left you and left me? In the American workforce today, there are a lot of people, if you are in management, and this extends to people transportation, there are a lot of people who simply do not trust you. And they don't trust you because they have seen people in the last 5 to 7 years who have taken the money and run.